Hello students, I am Sachitrakar. Welcome to Cars Physics. We are continuing electrostatics, and under electrostatics we are continuing chapter number 2, electric potential and capacitance, and this is my lecture number 16 on the chapter. Okay. In lecture 15, we have discussed about capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor with air medium or with vacuum in between the two parallel plates. Okay. In previous lecture, we have discussed about capacitance of a spherical conductor. Again, the basic concept, suppose this is a spherical conductor to which charge is given, then charge is distributed on the surface, then these are the electric field. Electric field lines are symmetric and in all directions. Okay. So, charge given to the spherical conductor is Q and potential developed is V, then capacitance of this conductor is Q by V. As we have discussed, a single conductor can't be used as a capacitor in any electrical or any electronics instrument because the single conductor requires a large space and gives a small capacitance. Number one, again, it stores charge. Capacitor is an electric device which stores charge in the form of electric potential energy, and the charge is stored in the electric field, and here electric field is extended up to infinity. Okay. Thus, where there is electric field, there is energy and momentum. Here, the energy is not confined or not bounded. Energy spreads around the charge up to infinity. So, this is not bounded charge, but if you take a parallel plate capacitor, charge given to this plate is positive, and this is uncharged or third plate, then total charge. So, induced charge is minus Q. Distance between the two oppositely charged plates is D, and surface area of each plate is A. Okay. So, here electric field exists in between two oppositely charged plates. So, here electric field is extended up to infinity. So, this energy stored by the single conductor is not bounded or not confined, but here the charge stored in the electric field and in a certain region. So, this parallel plate capacitor gives bounded energy, or we may say confined energy. Okay. So, what is use of capacitor? Capacitor is used in many electrical and electronics instruments, as we have discussed, to operate or to start an electric device such as fan and cooler, electric motor, and several electric devices we have already discussed. Several are different uses of capacitor. So, capacitor stores energy, and when it is required, it releases energy at once. Okay. We have discussed all these concepts. So, capacitance of this parallel plate capacitor is, for a spherical conductor, capacitance is 4 pi epsilon naught r. R is the radius of spherical conductor, but here we got capacitance is epsilon naught A divided by D, where A is area of each plate, D is separation between the plates. Okay, and we may take it C naught, means capacitance with vacuum or air medium. Okay. Here our basic consideration is the distance between the two plates must be very small as compared to surface area of the plates. Okay. So, capacitance depends upon the magnitude of surface area, directly proportional to surface area, inversely proportional to separation between the plates, and depends upon nature of medium here, air or vacuum. So, permittivity of air or vacuum is epsilon naught. Okay. So, these are basic discussions what we have already discussed in previous lecture. Okay. In this lecture, we will discuss capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor, with dielectric medium. With dielectric medium, capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor with a dielectric medium. Okay, we have already discussed polarization of dielectric in previous lecture. I hope you have already gone through that lecture. Means polarization of dielectric, which is very important concept and useful concept in this chapter also. Okay, so dielectric is such a medium, a non-conducting medium. Dielectric medium is a non-conducting medium. It's not a conducting medium. It's a non-conducting medium, but can be polarized. So all dielectrics are non-conducting or insulating medium. All dielectric mediums are non-conducting or insulating medium, but all insulators are not dielectric. Those non-conductors can be dielectric, which can be polarized. Those insulators may be called as dielectric, which can be polarized. This is our basic concept. Let's now think about two parallel plates, and this is our third plate. Charge given to this plate is Q, and here induced charge is minus Q. Okay, as we have discussed. Okay, induced charge is minus Q, so electric field exists in the space between the two plates. Okay, electric field exists in the space between the two plates. Here electric field is uniform, and here medium is air. Separation between the plates is D. Let the electric field is now E naught. E naught means between two oppositely charged plates in air or vacuum, electric field is V naught, and this plate is given positive charge, and this is induced charge, which is negative. Equal induced charge develops on the metals, because as we have discussed, induced charge, if induced charge is Q and inducing charge is Q, then relation between induced charge and inducing charge is minus Q into 1 minus 1 by epsilon R, which is relative permittivity or dielectric constant or specific inductive capacity, as we have discussed under Coulomb's law. Okay, so for metals, means for conductors, metals are conductors, epsilon R or relative permittivity for metallic medium or conducting medium is infinity. So Q is equal to Q, of course opposite in nature. So if inducing charge is Q, then induced charge is also Q, but opposite in nature. If inducing charge is positive, then induced charge will be negative, or vice versa. Okay, so for insulators or for dielectric medium, epsilon R is greater than 1. If it is greater than 1, epsilon R means relative permittivity is greater than 1. Let's take it 2. 1 minus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2. So Q is less than Q in magnitude. Of course, nature is negative. Okay. So as we have discussed, in case of metals, induced charge is equal to inducing charge. In case of insulators or dielectric medium, induced charge is less than inducing charge, but nature is always opposite, as we know. This is our basic formula, which you have discussed under electrostatic induction. Okay, from very beginning of this unit electrostatics, we have discussed different methods of electrification friction, conduction and induction, and this is already discussed under induction. Again, I would like to advise to all of you, my children, go through the previous lectures. Okay. Then, so this is our basic concept. Induced charge is less than inducing charge in insulating or dielectric medium, and equals to induced charge is equal to inducing charge in case of metals. This is the basic concept. Keep it in your mind first. Okay. Then here, electric field is E naught, okay, and potential difference between two oppositely charged plates is V naught, okay. Suppose we do consider a dielectric medium. I am taking another representation. This is plus Q, this is minus Q. Separation between the plates is D, okay. Now the whole medium is filled with, this is positively charged plate, this is negatively charged plate. Of course, the whole medium, we have taken whole medium is filled with a dielectric medium with relative permittivity or dielectric constant or specific inductive capacity epsilon naught. Okay. Then here electric field, we will discuss the concepts. Of course, here electric field. Now let's take E dash. E dash will be equals to E naught. If charges are same, then E naught divided by epsilon r. As we have discussed, electric field and potential or potential difference decreases in the presence of dielectric medium. So for a point charge, you will be convinced very easily. For a point charge, electric field in air or vacuum is Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. Okay, in vacuum, in medium, in dielectric medium, electric field at E dash is Q by 4 pi epsilon r into r square. So E dash is E naught by epsilon r. So for dielectric medium, epsilon r is greater than 1. So greater than 1, here epsilon r is greater than 1 for insulating or dielectric medium. So E naught is greater than E dash. Similarly, potential in vacuum, potential is V naught for a point charge K Q by R. In place of K, we can write 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. I am writing here. For a point charge in vacuum, potential is V naught Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R, and in medium, potential is V dash Q by 4 pi epsilon R into R. So these are our previous formula. So E naught is greater than E dash, or we may write V naught is greater than V dash. So our observation is that both electric field and potential, means magnitude of electric field and potential decrease. Magnitude of electric field or potential decrease in the presence of dielectric medium. How much? 1 by epsilon r times. 1 by epsilon r times electric field or potential decreases. Okay. So if here electric field in dielectric medium is epsilon naught divided by epsilon r, or we may write 1 by epsilon r times of electric field in air or vacuum. Similarly, potential difference in this dielectric medium is 1 by epsilon r times of potential difference in air or vacuum. Okay, this is V dash, this is E dash. Okay, so electric field or potential decreases in the presence of dielectric medium 1 by epsilon r times. Okay, this is our basic concept. Then we will move to capacitance of parallel plate capacitor. Okay, capacitance of parallel plate capacitor with dielectric medium So we'll use the concept of dielectric polarization. The concept of dielectric polarization. See students, suppose this is a metallic plate. This is another metallic plate. Okay. This is a metallic plate and this is a metallic plate. Okay. This is earthed plate. Okay. Charge given to this plate is Q. Surface area of this plate is A. So induced opposite charge is minus Q and again surface area is A. So of course charge density means surface charge density. If sigma for positive charge, surface charge density is positive. For negative charge, surface charge density is negative. Here surface charge density is positive, which is amount of charge per unit area, ratio of charge given to the plate divided by its surface area. So the charge is distributed on the surface. Similarly here, negative charge is distributed on the surface. Okay. Here positive charge is plus Q, negative charge is minus Q. Let's consider separation between the plates is D. Separation between the plates is D. Now, let's consider the whole medium, means the space between the plates is filled with dielectric slab. The whole space between the plates is filled with dielectric slab. Okay. I am representing like this, taking a small gap, otherwise we can't explain the concept well. Okay. You just think this is a dielectric medium kept in the electric field and it is completely fills the space between the plates. Let's think like this. If this is positive, this plate is positive, this plate is negative, then electric field exists between them, which is E naught directed from positive to negative. Okay, electric field exists which is E naught. Before introducing this dielectric medium, electric field exists in the space between the plates, which is E naught, and it is directed from positive to negative. Okay. Then, of course, this is negative charge density minus sigma, means again Q by charge is negative, so charge density is negative. Okay. Now, a dielectric medium is placed in the space between the plates. Okay. We know dielectric polarization. Originally, the atoms or molecules of dielectric medium are non-polar, means positive and negative centroids coincide. As we know, if a dielectric medium is placed in a strong electric field, then the non-polar atoms are converted to polar atoms, means dielectric medium is said to be polarized. A non-polar atom is converted to polar atom and dielectric medium is said to be polarized. How it happens we have already discussed. Okay. Atom contains massive core which is called as nucleus, and whole positive charge is in nucleus, and electrons which are negatively charged revolve around the nucleus. Okay. When the dielectric medium is placed in strong electric field, then the orbits of electron get stretched. Means the charge of electron is negative, which is attracted towards positive. So orbits of electrons are stretched, by which positive negative centroids are separated. So positive negative centroids are separated and the atom is said to be polarized. This is in dielectric medium, non-polar atoms. So when the medium is polarized, positive and negative centroids are separated, means the non-polar atom is converted to polar atom. Okay. So I am representing like this: number 1, number 2, number 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and so on. Okay. Now this dielectric medium is strong electric field, and the atoms, non-polar atoms, are converted to polar atoms. So negative and positive centroids are separated. Okay, negative, positive, and so on. All these we have already discussed. Okay, see, as we have discussed in dielectric polarization, just see, this positive and negative resulting charge is 0, this positive and negative resulting charge is 0, this positive and negative resulting charge is 0, charge is scalar, thus algebraic sum positive and negative charge plus q minus q0, plus q minus q0, plus q minus q0. So this region, the charges in this region means the lines, let AB and CD, between the straight lines AB and CD, here the dielectric is in linear form. Between the lines AB and CD, net charge is 0. Then resulting charge, this is negative, this is negative, this is negative, this is negative, this is negative. So total negative charge, we may write it QP or QI. Okay, this is minus negative. QP means negative polarized charge or negative induced charge. I for induced, P for polarized, same thing. And here this is positive, this is positive, this is positive, this is positive. So algebraic sum of these positive charges we may take. This is plus QP or plus QI. So polarized charge or induced charge. So magnitude of this positive negative charge is equal to magnitude of this positive charge. Okay. So here polarized charge or induced charge is QP or QI. So here polarized or induced charge density is negative, and here polarized or induced charge is positive. This is plus sigma I, this is minus sigma I, this is plus sigma I, both are of same magnitude. So this minus sigma I is minus QI divided by area. We have taken surface area of plate is equal to surface area of dielectric slab. Let's think like that. Surface area of plate is equal to surface area of dielectric slab. So here, as we have discussed, in case of metals, inducing charge is equal to induced charge in magnitude. In case of metals, induced charge is equal to inducing charge in magnitude, but opposite in nature. If you see only magnitude, so this induced charge will be less than inducing charge. Here inducing charge is positive charge given to the plate, and induced charge is QI or QP, which is induced charge. So this is not a metallic medium, this is not a conducting medium, this is a dielectric medium. So for dielectric medium, epsilon R is greater than 1, relative permittivity is greater than 1, so induced charge is less than magnitude of induced charge is less than magnitude of inducing charge. This is our concept. So if QI is less than Q, then obviously only magnitude. Induced surface charge density is less than the surface charge density of the charge plate. This is our concept. Okay. So this is QI, this is Q, QI less than Q. So sigma I, surface charge density, induced surface charge density is less than original surface charge density. Okay, then previously electric field is E naught, which is directed from this positive plate to this negative plate. Okay, now resulting charges are this positive in this side and this negative charges in positive side. So due to these positive and negative charges means this QP and minus QP electric field will be in opposite direction. This is induced electric field EI, or electric field due to polarization. You may take this is B, this is D, separation between the plates is D. So induced electric field or polarized electric field is in opposite direction from this positive to negative, from this positive to negative. Okay, so is it clear to you? Is it clear to you? See, original electric field is from this positive plate to negative plate E naught, and now between the lines AB and CD net charge is 0. Only the charges in this side means nearer to negative charge plate is induced charge is positive, nearer to positive charge plate is induced charge is negative. Okay, if you think it easier, then I am representing the diagram again for clarity of understanding. See, these are the two oppositely charged plates. O. This is earthed. This plate is given positive charge Q, Q, Q. Okay, this is induced charge minus Q. Okay, the original electric field is E naught directed from positive to negative. Now a dielectric slab is introduced. Okay, you should think the dielectric slab completely covers the whole space between the plates. Completely covers the whole space between the plates. Okay, we'll think like that. Okay, see, finally what happens? This charge is plus Q, this charge is minus Q, and here resulting induced charges are minus Q. Resulting induced charges are plus Q. So these are the previous two lines. These are the previous two lines, A, B, and this is C, D. In between the straight lines AB and CD, net charge is 0. Only charges here is minus, minus, and here plus. So this charge is minus Q I, and this charge is plus Q I. Okay, now due to these positive and negative charges, electric field will be in opposite direction. This is induced electric field, what I want to represent. Okay, so that I erase the diagram, and again I have represented in between these lines AB and CD the charge is negative, minus, plus, minus, plus. So minus, plus, again minus, plus, and so on. So this negative charge appears here. We should take like this. This is positive, 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 as we have taken. Okay, and similarly these positive charges we have represented like this: negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. Okay, so, and in between, in similar form, as we have already represented. Okay. Between the lines AB and CD, net charge is 0. This total charge is minus Q induced charge. This total charge is plus Q induced charge. Okay. Then electric field established due to these positive plus Q and minus Qi, plus Qi and minus Qi is in opposite direction to the original electric field. This is electric field due to induced charges, so which is opposite to the direction of original electric field. Thus it may be concluded by introducing a dielectric medium between the two oppositely charged plates, resultant electric field decreases because electric field due to induced charges Ei opposite to the direction of original electric field E naught. Since electric field is vector quantity and E naught is greater than Ei, because I am showing you electric field E naught due to this charge, okay, due to this charge plus Q to minus Q, electric field is sigma divided by epsilon naught. We have already discussed electric field, original electric field is sigma divided by epsilon naught, and induced electric field, only magnitude, induced electric field is sigma I divided by epsilon naught. Since sigma I less than sigma, so we may write induced electric field, magnitude of induced electric field is less than that of established electric field in between the charges. Thus angle between them is 180 degrees, they are oppositely directed, so it may be concluded that resultant electric field, magnitude of resultant electric field is E naught minus induced electric field, and direction is along the resultant direction is along the original electric field. Okay, direction is along the greater vector. Since two vectors are oppositely directed, so resultant electric field is from plus Q to minus Q. Since sigma I less than original charge density sigma, so electric field, induced electric field is less than that of original electric field. This is our concept. Okay, so next we will go to potential difference. Okay, is it clear to you? I am writing here, in electric field, original electric field magnitude sigma divided by epsilon naught, and induced electric field is sigma I divided by epsilon naught. Okay, so again it can be written sigma charge density, charge upon area. In place of sigma we can write Q divided by area into epsilon naught. In case of induced electric field, Qi divided by A into epsilon naught. Okay, and our conclusion is induced electric field, magnitude of induced electric field is less than that of original electric field. Okay, as we know, electric field is minus dV by dr. If you consider only magnitude, no need to take negative. This is general formula of magnitude of electric field, dV by dr, dV by dr. Okay, we know it. Okay, then we will take now potential difference. Original potential difference is, let V naught before introducing dielectric medium. So this is, as it implies, dV is equal to E into dr. So V naught is equal to original electric field E naught, and distance is, we have taken d, so original electric field into d. We know it. So potential difference E naught we may write sigma by epsilon naught into d. Okay, similarly potential difference due to the induced charges plus Qi and minus Qi, potential difference due to the induced charges, so we may write sigma I divided by epsilon naught into d. Okay, so potential difference, now resulting potential difference is scalar quantity, so V naught minus Vi. Resulting potential difference is V naught minus Vi. It's okay. Then resulting potential difference I may write in place of V naught sigma by epsilon naught into D minus sigma I, induced charge density divided by epsilon naught into D. We know it. Then potential difference is d epsilon naught. We may write like this: sigma minus sigma I divided by epsilon naught into d. Okay, is it clear? So what it seems, what we estimate from this formula, will I erase this now? You know it. Okay, what we estimate. So electric field or charge density, induced charge density directly proportional to electric field. This is generalized formula. Induced electric field is directly proportional to electric field intensity. As we have discussed, if a dielectric medium is placed in strong electric field, then it will be polarized, so that these resulting charges minus Qi and plus Qi get developed. Okay, so since electric field directly proportional to charge density, more the charge density, more is electric field. Okay, so I may write induced charge density directly proportional to original charge density, directly proportional to original charge density. Okay, original charge density sigma is equal to Q by surface area. Induced charge density is Q induced charge divided by surface area. So induced charge density directly proportional to original charge density. Thus we may write sigma minus sigma I. So sigma is original charge density, sigma is charge density due to induced charge proportional to original charge density. See, if original charge density is more, then electric field is stronger. If electric field is stronger, then difference between original charge density and induced charge density will be stronger. So this difference is directly proportional to original charge density, sigma. So how it will be understood well? Okay. I am taking an estimation. Okay, see, suppose this is original charge density sigma, this is minus sigma, which we have already represented, and in this table we are taking induced charge density, and here we are taking sigma minus sigma I, difference in charge densities. Okay, as we have observed, this is from observation. Okay, left, you see, if this charge Q, magnitude of Q is increased, then charge density sigma also increases. So charge density increases, so this charge density due to induced charge will also increase. Okay, if this charge density increases, then this induced charge density will also increase. Okay, suppose induced charge density is 100 coulomb per meter square, charge density, charge of an area, and induced charge density, let it is observed 10 coulomb per meter square. Because induced charge is less than inducing charge, induced charge density is less than inducing charge density. Then difference is 90 coulomb per meter square. Okay. Now let's increase the original charge density sigma. If it is made 200 coulomb per meter square, then it may be observed that induced charge density will become 20 coulomb per meter square, and difference is 180 coulomb per meter square. Similarly, increase it up to 300 coulomb per meter square, and now it will be observed that induced charge density will be 30 coulomb per meter square, and the difference is 270 coulomb per meter square. So, as induced charge density increases, difference between induced charge density, if original charge density is increased, then the difference in charge densities between original charge density and induced charge density also increases. 90, 180, 270 in accordance with 100, 200 and 300. So this is correct. Okay. So difference in charge density directly proportional to original charge density. Difference in charge density directly proportional to original charge density. Okay. I am erasing it now. I think you have done 312. Okay. Okay. So these concepts are already discussed. Okay. So I am taking this to the top part. Sigma minus sigma I proportional to original charge density sigma. Okay. Thus we may write now sigma minus sigma I is equal to a constant. That constant is 1 divided by epsilon r, means relative permittivity or dielectric constant or specific inductive capacity into sigma. Okay. This is very useful formula. Of course, I have already discussed it from very beginning of this class, as well as under electrostatic induction. I will prove it. Okay. So, charge density. You want the form what I have already discussed? See. So, induced charge density is equal to sigma by epsilon r minus sigma. Okay. Sorry, this is minus. Okay. So, induced charge density is sigma minus sigma by epsilon r. Okay. Then, induced charge density is induced charge upon area. Then bring sigma common into 1 minus 1 by epsilon r. In place of sigma, I can write inducing charge upon area. Area get cancelled, then induced charge is Q into 1 minus 1 by epsilon r. I have discussed in the beginning of this lecture also in electrostatic induction induced charge. This is inducing charge. Induced charge can never be greater than inducing charge. It may be equals to or less than the inducing charge, equals to inducing charge. In case of conductor, less in case of dielectric or non-conductors. Okay. We have already discussed it. Now we'll use this formula. Okay. What is epsilon r? Epsilon r is relative permittivity, and you know this is the ratio of permittivity to permittivity of free space. Permittivity to permittivity of free space. Okay. Now we will return to this formula. Okay. We'll return to this formula. See. Potential difference. This is resulting potential difference. Resulting potential difference is sigma minus sigma I. Sigma minus sigma I may be written as sigma divided by epsilon r. Sigma divided by epsilon r. Sigma minus sigma I divided by epsilon naught into D. Okay. In place of sigma minus sigma I, original charge density minus induced charge density is equal to sigma by epsilon r. Okay. Sigma by epsilon r divided by epsilon naught into D. So it will come sigma into D divided by epsilon naught into epsilon r. Okay. Will I erase this part now? Okay. Take screenshot. Okay. Or pause the video and write. Okay. So now potential difference sigma into D divided by epsilon naught into epsilon r. Then potential difference original charge density, charge upon area, Q by A, okay, into D by epsilon naught epsilon r. In place of sigma, I can write Q by A. Now, Q by V is potential difference. V is potential difference means it may be also taken as delta V, okay. Q by delta V is equal to epsilon naught epsilon r A divided by D. So Q by delta V, charge required per unit rise in potential, is capacitance. This is our formula for a parallel plate capacitor completely filled with dielectric medium. Capacitance of parallel plate capacitor completely filled with dielectric medium. Okay, this is our formula. Then we will discuss some important points under this formula. Okay. Capacitance of parallel plate capacitor with completely filled dielectric medium is given as epsilon naught epsilon r divided by D. Okay. Again, it is concluded that capacitance directly proportional to magnitude of surface area. More the surface area, more is ability to store charge. Capacitance inversely proportional to separation between the plates. If separation is less, means D is very small as compared to A. This is our consideration. Of course, we know this is in dielectric medium, capacitance in air or vacuum. Capacitance with vacuum or air. Between same two parallel plates, let's take C naught. It is epsilon naught by A. Sorry, epsilon naught A by D, as we have got it from previous lecture. Capacitance with dielectric, capacitance with vacuum or air. Let's take the ratio C by C naught. C by C naught. C by C naught will come epsilon R. Okay, so dielectric constant is defined as the ratio of capacitance of parallel plate capacitor with dielectric to that of in vacuum. Of course, area and separation within the plates are same. Okay, this is our formula. So it shows that capacitance is equal to epsilon r times capacitance in air or vacuum between the plates. But we know value of epsilon r is greater than 1 for dielectric or non-conducting medium, so C greater than C naught. So it is concluded that capacitance of parallel plate capacitor increases in the presence of dielectric medium. Okay. So if we insert a dielectric medium, it reduces electric field in the space between the two oppositely charged plates. Okay. So it reduces the potential difference between two oppositely charged plates so that it can take more charge and capacity will increase. This is the concept. So what is the role of dielectric medium? First thing, it is clear that by using dielectric medium, capacitance can be increased. Again, dielectric medium behaves as, see, the complete space is filled with dielectric, means the two oppositely charged plates, this is positively charged plate, this is negatively charged plate, and this dielectric medium completely filled in the space between the plates. So dielectric medium acts as an insulating medium in between the plates. Okay. Also, dielectric medium allows electrical induction through it, electric induction. Okay. Negative charges appear near the surface of positively charged plate. Positive charges appear near the surface of negatively charged plate. It allows electrical induction, of course, to hold the two oppositely charged plates. See, if this is positively charged plate and this is negatively charged plate, then there will be mutual attraction between the to oppositely charged plates. If you use a dielectric medium, then the plates will continue at their own position. Okay. So, though there is force of attraction, we have completely field. Of course, it is connected in circuit. Of course, it is connected in circuit. It will not strike. So, these are some points on capacitor. Then, the basic important point, see, if charge given to the positive plate, this plate is positively charged, if charge is increased on this plate, then obviously electric field will increase. Electric field directly proportional to magnitude of charge. If this charge, this is the charge given to the capacitor, total charge of the capacitor is plus Q. If magnitude of charge increases, magnitude of electric field increases. Magnitude of charge increases, magnitude of electric field increases, and potential difference is electric field into distance between the plates. Okay, so we are taking V and this is D. So potential difference delta V is equal to E into D. If charge increase, then electric field increases. If electric field increases, then potential difference increases. Okay, so up to a certain potential difference, up to a certain electric field means delta V by delta R, or we may write here in place of delta V, V and distance is D. So up to a certain maximum value of electric field, this medium which completely fills the space between the oppositely charged plates will behave as a dielectric or non-conducting medium. Okay. If potential difference is beyond that, or electric field is beyond the permitted electric field which it can withstand, then it will behave as a conducting medium, means as we have discussed, from air molecule charge will get transferred. Okay. So now these two plates will come in contact, conducting contact. Okay, so I am showing in the formula first the definition here, breakdown of dielectric medium. Okay, so it is breakdown electric field, or dV by delta V by delta R is potential gradient. It is the maximum potential gradient up to which the dielectric medium behaves as a non-conducting medium. Okay, it is the maximum potential gradient up to which the dielectric medium behaves as a non-conducting medium. If potential gradient is more than the breakdown potential gradient or more than the breakdown electric field, then the medium will behave as conducting medium and the capacitor will discharge. Okay, see, if it behaves as a conducting medium, then epsilon R is infinity. Then as we know, capacitance is epsilon naught epsilon R, A by separation is D. Then if epsilon R is infinity, then capacitance is infinity. Of course, sometimes question is asked like this: this is positively charged plate, this is induced charge minus Q, and it is earthed. Okay. Sometimes question is asked like this: if these two positively charged plates are joined by the help of a conducting wire, initially its capacitance is C. If the two oppositely charged plates are joined by the help of a conducting wire, what will happen to capacitance? Option A, capacitance, let C dash after joining, C dash will greater than C. B, C dash will less than C. C. C dash will be 0, D, C dash will be infinity. This is our correct option because this is at this plate is given positive charge and here induced charge is negative. Now by joining the two plates by the help of a conducting wire, the two plates come in physical contact, so charge will flow from high potential to low potential. Heat flows from hot end to cold end, high temperature region to low temperature region. Charge flows from higher potential to lower potential till the potential remains same and potential difference becomes 0 since capacitance is Q upon potential difference. So capacitance is Q by 0 is infinity. This is also another explanation. Also by putting epsilon r infinity, you may also get capacitance infinity for completely filled dielectric medium. If the wire is connected, then charge will flow from high potential, means from positive to negative, and potential becomes same, potential difference becomes 0 and capacitance becomes infinity. Okay, this is about lecture number 16. Okay, again we will meet in lecture number 17. Okay, thank you my dear children. Thanks for your support. Thanks.